Hey there, Heath Drusen, host of BSPR's Extremely American podcast. I'll be giving 2 Treasure Valley talks on Christian nationalism this month as part of the More You Know series. The first is July 28th at Congregation Ahaveth Beth Israel in Boise from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The second is July 29th at the College of Idaho's Jewett Auditorium in Caldwell from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Both are free and open to the public and will leave plenty of time for your questions. I hope to see you there.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho Daily News. Good morning, I'm Lauren Patterson. It's Friday, July 24th. Today we have news on Albertsons stock taking a plunge, the latest on a bonfire accident that happened in Pierce, and details on cyclosporiasis spreading in the Mountain West states, including Idaho. Boise Police Department officers shot and killed a man yesterday near a gas station on Overland and Cloverdale. BPD Commander Josiah Ransom spoke to the media a few hours later, as recorded by KTVB.
Officers responded to an individual who called Ada County Dispatch and indicated he wanted to commit suicide.
The gas station was put on lockdown and multiple officers arrived on scene. Ransom says agents initially discharged, quote, less lethal rounds on the man before 2 police officers shot him. Ransom says the individual was holding a knife.
On scene, we had patrol officers as well as the behavioral health response team and the civilian clinician with that officer. Unfortunately, the subject is deceased.
No details about the victim have been released.
Meridian Police Department is currently leading the Critical Incident Task Force, and the officers involved have been sequestered and are cooperating with that investigation.
The Boise Police Department last shot and killed someone in November 2024. The value of Albertsons stock sank fast Thursday, minutes after company officials reported a big decline in grocery sales. George Prentice reports.
Yesterday, Albertsons shares took a beating on the stock exchange, losing nearly 22% of their value. They ended the day at $11.44 per share. Here's Albertsons President Sharon McCollum in Thursday's earnings report to investors.
I want to acknowledge that our performance fell short of our expectations. The decline was most pronounced in our lower-income customer segments.
CEO Susan Morris says Albertsons is losing low-income shoppers to huge retailers who compete aggressively on price. They call the customer loss leakage.
Our biggest leakage is to the big players, to Walmart, Amazon.
As far as strategy going forward, Morris said, micro-market merchandising. Simply put, that means focusing more on so-called fresh items, produce, store by store.
I'm in Boise, Idaho today. Huckleberries are going to be a big deal next month. Also next month in New Mexico, I'm going to be roasting Hatch green chilies out in front of my stores.
Albertsons has more than 2,200 stores across 35 states, 37 stores here in Idaho, including the flagship on State Street in Boise, opened by Joe Albertson in 1939. George Prentice, Boise State Public Radio News.
During the meeting, Sharon McCollum announced she would retire as Albertsons president, effective later this year. After 7 young people were badly burned during a bonfire accident earlier this month in Pierce, Idaho, most of them have now been released from the hospital. Jonathan Holla was one of the victims of what he says was a bonfire explosion caused after one of his friends threw something into the fire.
My whole back was on fire. My right arm and my left arm. I got skin grafts for both of them.
After 17 days of treatment and recovery at the Regional Burn Center at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, Holla is now back home in Pierce with his family. Holla says he appreciates the outpouring of support he and his friends have received from the local community. Several GoFundMe accounts have been set up for the victims and their mountain of medical expenses. Only victim Casey Mattis Browning remains in the hospital in serious condition, according to Brian Donahue, a spokesman for the University of Washington School of Medicine. The Idaho State Fire Marshal is investigating the incident. A call seeking comment from that office wasn't immediately returned. Cyclosporiasis, a diarrhea-producing illness caused by a microscopic parasite, is spreading across the Rocky Mountain region. As the Mountain West News Bureau's Jenny Kinsey reports, Idaho is among those tracking the outbreak.
Colorado has the most cases, 178. Other states in our region have fewer, 19 in Arizona, and just a handful in Idaho, New Mexico, Nevada, and Wyoming. Health officials attribute most of the illnesses to out-of-state travel. Sarah Shrum-Davis is with the New Mexico Department of Health, which confirmed 5 cases. Davis says those cases were likely caused by contaminated produce.
We recommend that people wash their produce prior to consuming it.
The Food and Drug Administration says the source of the outbreak is unknown. However, it stands by a recent recommendation not to eat iceberg lettuce grown or processed by a commercial farm in New Mexico, which supplied Taco Bells in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. Taco Bell has said it is no longer using that lettuce, according to NPR. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Jenny Kinsey in Albuquerque.
Idaho is currently tracking 4 cases. And that's today's episode of The Connector. I'm Lauren Patterson. We've been producing The Connector for a couple of years now, so I wanted to ask you, what do you think? Is there something you like about it? Something you want to see change? Write us a note at podcast@boisestate.edu. We'd love to hear from you.
Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What happens if we refund tariffs? Why are groceries so expensive? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious, because the forces shaping our world can be hard to see. Follow NPR's Planet Money wherever you get your podcasts and start seeing how the economy really works.